All right, man. Edwin Los Santos, Shakur Stevenson reacts to their mundane fight, and I put that in a nice way. Very, very mundane fight. Now, Shakur apologized to Floyd Mayweather, Terrence Crawford, and Andre Ward to the media, and it sounded like he said he apologized to them. And it sounded like he apologized to them. How can I say it? Individually. All right, and and it was some talks about him having some injuries and him alluding to some injuries, but then turning around saying, "Well, I don't make no excuses. I'm not making no excuses." You are making the excuse. Oh, I might have had, I didn't feel good, but you know what? And the media asked him, "What was wrong?" Well, I ain't making no excuses. I ain't making no excuse. Don't bring it up. Let Tim Bradley say, "Oh, I think Shakur Stevenson was sick," or "I think Shakur Stevenson was injured coming into this fight." And this is why he didn't perform the way he needed to perform. You know what I'm saying? Let Tim Bradley say that. Let the media say that. You coming out here and basically saying oh man, I couldn't throw my left hand, or let alluding to that type of stuff. And that's why your performance was bad. If you got an excuse, go ahead and say it. Stop beating around the bush. You know, and like I said before, there was a lot of times in that situation and where he was beating around the fucking bush. Let's call a spade a spade. It was a lot of times in a situation where he was beating around the bush. Oh yeah, this, that, and the third was going on, and but I don't want to make no excuses about it, and you just like, okay, bro, okay, but you are alluding to excuses. You are making excuses. Something was wrong. You did talk shit like he was about, even though he said, he never promised a knockout or nothing like that. But, they put you in this quote unquote prime time position. And you get in there and you lay an egg. He said I got Floyd to come to a top rank fight. And Timothy Bradley had the best quote. I don't know if anybody spoke on what he said. Real quick, hold on. And Tim Bradley had one of the best quotes. He said Floyd only here because Shakur Stevenson about to be a free agent. And he trying to sign him. And he probably don't want to sign him after that performance. He probably don't. So if you got an excuse, you got an excuse. It is what it is. At least it'll tell people why, you ain't do well. Now, another reporter brought up another good point. He said that you overtrained. Well, I don't have no excuse. But then a couple minutes later in the reaction, he proceeded to say, well, you know what? I've been training since April. He said, I've been training since April. He said that I've been training since April. He said that. In and out of cup with Bud, sparring with this guy, sparring with the young kids in Vegas. I've been training since April. He said it. So evidently he could have overtrained. Evidently he had a hand injury. Evidently he could have been sick. And that's okay. Nothing gonna be perfect on fight night. And I like what he said. He said, I found the way to win. I seen Mayweather, Andre Ward had bad performances, and they just found the way to win. He said, I'm trying to see. I don't care about the tank. He said, I can tell you this. The guy Los Santos had punching power all the way through the fight. I fought guys that had the thud all the way through the fight. You're cautious, said Bradley. You don't want to throw power punches because when you throw power punches, it leaves you exposed most of the time. He said you can throw power punches and you miss. Now you're exposed for big shots or a big counter. Bradley said Shakur knew that, and the guy Los Santos had quick reaction, and he could punch with either hand, and he felt that. So Shakur is extremely cautious throughout the fight. Plus, he said he didn't feel well. I don't know what was going on with him emotionally. Don't know what's going on with how he was feeling. But considering Shakur was okay. So I don't know. I mean, if he didn't feel well, I mean, it is the season where sicknesses is rising up, and then daylight saving and all that type of stuff. I ain't feel good a couple weeks ago. I still don't feel good right now. No cap, I still don't feel good right now. And I still don't feel like I adequately adjusted to the time change. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. You know, not gonna lie. So yeah, this is, you don't know if it's COVID, you don't know if it's a time change, you don't know if it's the flu. So yeah, I definitely can buy stock in that. I definitely can buy stock in that. No cap. I definitely can buy stock in that. You know, but to be honest, you know, if you got if you're not gonna, bring up an excuse, don't bring it up. Don't say nothing. Just let your next performance talk. Now he said he want to take 2 weeks off. Now he said he apologized to the legends Andre Ward, Terrence Crawford, Floyd Mayweather for his performance, and maybe he told them what was actually going on. Okay, and that could be the case. That could be the case. But I just, it take two to mingle. And, if you had an opponent that you noticed wasn't throwing the left hand, or you noticed he wasn't as active, why didn't De Los Santos take no chances? I think De Los Santos was scared to get knocked out too. I think De Los Santos was scared to get knocked out too. So, we can go back and forth, back and forth and forth. We can go back and forth about the whole shebang. I think De Los Santos was scared to get knocked out too. You know, so you know, so I really do think that. So, what I'm saying, if you got a wounded duck in there, you're gonna take it to him. That's just my opinion. If you got a wounded duck in there, a wounded animal, you want to take it to him. You want to take it to him. You want to take it to him. And then you have people stay up on the West Coast. I mean, all over the world, especially on the East Coast and Central Time to watch you fight. And you don't even, you know what I'm saying? And you don't even put on a worthy performance. You got a spot that ESPN picked for you to shine on, and you bringing that type of performance is crazy. But I'm not gonna make any excuses, but I'm gonna proceed to make or allude or proceed to making excuses. He did both. He proceeded to still make excuses, and then he proceeded to allude towards the excuses. He did. But Bradley made a great point. He said Mayweather showed up to sign him. And after what he seen, he probably don't want to sign him. And Shakur Stevenson is openly talking about how, he's a free agent and, he happy at Top Rank, but he open to do business with other people. Cool. But don't just think, oh man, I want to fight and I'm gonna sign with a promotional company for a particular fight. That's not smart business. The business got to be right. And then after that performance, you gotta ask yourself, do anybody want to see this dude fight again? Do anybody want to invest in him? Because it's gonna be hard to market him without the right opponents. You know, so that's what has to be said. You know, that's the question. Like, okay, what's the plan that we have for this guy? What's the plan? What's the plan? And maybe now this will entice people to get in the ring with Shakur Stevenson. Maybe now people say, "Oh man, he can't take a punch," or he looked terrible. And now this might get in the ring, and he might be able to get in the ring and get some fights. He might get in the ring and get some fights. But George Camboso went to sleep. Everybody talking shit. You know. And then Shakur end up winning, and he basically said, "Don't tell I had a good performance. It was terrible. Man, you just gotta just win. What they say in the NCAA tournament, just advance." So Edwin Los Santos did react. He said that on his defeat to Shakur Stevenson, quote, "I came to fight. He came to attract me. I'm above his level. He was gifted a title, but I am the champion of the people. He's earned the nickname I given him." Shaquila's Twitter sent because he's not a fighter. And perfectly said at the bottom, "Bruh, you threw two punches the whole fight." And at the end of the day, a lot of these dudes be delusional about, they be delusional. You know what I'm saying? They be delusional about, what's going on or the performance they had. And maybe he'll go back and watch his performance and maybe he'll be like, okay, maybe I'll just shut the hell up. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll just shut the hell up and I won't say nothing. But you ain't the champion of the people, bro. You didn't do nothing. It was up to you being a challenger to go out there and do something. It was up to him to go out there and push the fight and make the fight. You had a wounded opponent in front of you, a compromised opponent in front of you, and you still didn't do nothing. You still didn't figure it out. So, I mean, like I said, it is what it is, man. Uh let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Venmo, CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Don't forget, check out my new channel right here on YouTube, Free Game 89, FR33 Game 89. In addition to that, check out my Detroit channel, Murder City Sports Talk. That's the link tree in the link tree. That's in the link tree in the description. Appreciate the love, support. Peace.